Look, stop. You're going to take someone's eye out. Besides, you're saying it wrong. It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
What's going on, guys? This is Rob. You all crack me up with your whole nomenclature, like word pronunciation thing. Like, I saw so many comments like, it's Submariner, Rob. It's not Submariner. You're saying it wrong. I love you guys for that. That's one of the reasons I love you guys so much. You guys are so opinionated. You guys are so just like, it has to be said the right way. It just has to be that way, you know. And it's just kind of funny. Honestly, I've always said Submariner. I've always said Namer the Submariner. It's always been that way ever since I was like a little kid. Ever since I read about Namer the Submariner, it's always been Namer the Submariner. So in the future, I'll try to correct that. I'll try to say Namer the Submariner, but you know, it's one of those ingrained habits, just one of those things that's just kind of stuck in me. I don't know why it is the way it is, but it's just like that. But if it bothers you guys that much, then you know, I'll go ahead and try to get it corrected. A few other things. I did that video at like 5 o'clock in the morning, so I was really tired. You know, I had tried to repeat it and like try to, you know, like make it better, but it was just really kind of tough to do. It was just kind of like, all right, you know, I mean, I'd done it like 3 or 4 times before that point, and I was kind of like, okay, you know, I hate to do this, but we're just going to go ahead and throw it out there and see how it goes. And for the most part, I felt like it contained, you know, the information that was necessary, albeit it really wasn't up to like my standard per se, which I think you guys have really got an idea of where I like to have my content at. But you know, sometimes you just got to kind of cut your losses. And I hate to put it that way, but you know, it's you know, I wanted to make sure that videos were going to you guys, that we were able to knock these things out, because you know, if it was egregious, if it was like, well, you know, we see that Wolverine dies and he gets his head chopped off, you know, and I was just going on about nonsense, well, of course I wouldn't do that. But I figured, you know, it wasn't really that big of a deal. You know, I don't think you guys would care that much. But it seems like you guys were more concerned about the fact that I was pronouncing Namer the Submariner's name wrong as opposed to anything else in the video. One of the other things is yes, I am aware that I threw in Captain America when I shouldn't have. You know, it's didn't think it was that big of a deal, but you know, again, you guys are really kind of opinionated in that way, and that's not a bad thing. You know, I don't think it's a bad thing when subscribers really kind of speak up and say, like, you said this wrong, because as you guys know, I like to maintain a certain standard, you know, of like quality with my videos. You know, I want my videos to be of the highest caliber that I can make them, and you guys contribute to that. So don't think that if I see a comment that says you mispronounced this, or you said Captain America when you should have said Iron Man or something like that, that's fine. I mean, I'm not going to get mad at you guys. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be disheartened or anything like that. You know, I know negative criticism when I see it, and I know positive criticism when I see it. So I know how to take things, you know, as they are and really kind of move forward with them. But yeah, so we have, I think, 2 more comics until we're finished. Now, there were some comics that I didn't include. I know you guys really kind of wanted to see them, but there were some comics that I didn't include because, for the most part, they really have nothing to do with the Civil War story. And I for the life of me, don't really even know why they're included. Like the Runaways really has nothing to do with the Civil War story. I mean, it kind of shows us that there are other groups being affected, but I think for the most part, we've established the rift between the superhero community with Civil War Frontline and with Heroes for Hire. And so all we would really be doing is including those comics for the sake of including them, as opposed to really kind of giving you guys an idea of what Civil War is really about. And I think that when we're doing these kind of series, when we're doing these kind of like stories, it's important that you guys get the details. It's important that you guys are made aware of what's going on and you guys kind of get the story in its entirety. But if I say A and then I say B, and then I say B a second time just for the sake of it, it doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really help anything. And so I figured I'd go ahead and leave those out. Plus the Runaways really just weren't that interesting. You know, I mean, I'll do a video on them. I think, you know, a few of you guys wanted to see me do a video on the Runaways, and we'll do that, you know, at a future time. But, you know, for right now, I figure if we're going to do the Civil War and we're going to try to, you know, include these tie-ins, that we're going to try to do it in the most economic way possible. And we're going to try to do it in a way that can maintain your interest, that can maintain my interest, and that it really won't make the series drag on and on and on and on and on, because that really kind of gets silly. I know a lot of you guys really want to see House of M. House of M is a series that we will do. But we will do House of M when Benny finishes doing Avengers Disassembled, because the Avengers Disassembled leads directly into the House of M. Like, the events that take place in Avengers Disassembled go directly into the House of M, because both events revolve around the Scarlet Witch. So we will do that series. It's just going to take a little bit of time. You know, when Benny gets done with all his stuff, then we'll go ahead and get that series updated. Speaking of Benny is doing a Guardians of the Galaxy month. So if you guys are really interested in learning more about the Guardians of the Galaxy besides the video that I had made, I guess a few months ago, then you guys are welcome to go over there. In fact, I would highly suggest you go over there and watch his videos about Guardians of the Galaxy. He's going to give you some in-depth stuff about Star-Lord. He's going to give you some in-depth stuff about Rocket Raccoon and Gamora and how the team actually came together, and he might even tie into the Annihilation storyline. I'm not 100% sure what direction he's going there, but I do know that he is doing a Guardians of the Galaxy month as a build-up to the Guardians of the Galaxy coming out on August 1st. Yeah, aside from that, there really isn't a whole lot in terms of updates. We're almost finished with the Civil War event as a whole. We'll have the next video uploaded probably on Thursday. I think I wanted to go ahead and take a break for Wednesday. I have a computer desk that I need to put together, and I've got some wires I need to run and stuff like that. But on Thursday, we'll have the final tie-in for Civil War issue number 4 finished, and then the following Monday, we'll upload Civil War issue number 5, and then, you know, continue the process of doing the tie-in videos for Civil War issue number 5. After that, it's smooth sailing. We've got, like, Civil War issue number 6. I think there's some tie-ins between Civil War issue number 5 and 6, about as many as we saw with Civil War issue number 4, but I'll go ahead and try to, you know, maybe release a few videos in one day so that we can really kind of speed up the end of Civil War. But after Civil War issue number 6, we've got, you know, maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 comics. And then we've got the ending. We've got Civil War issue number 7. And I really think you guys are going to enjoy the direction that Civil War is going in. I think you guys are really going to like the way that things really kind of come to a head. Although some of you may find the ending to be a little lackluster, it really kind of depends on what you like in comic books. And of course, at the very end of all this, we'll touch into the major event, or we'll do a video about the major event that involves Captain America. Now, the other thing that I really want to talk to you guys about is what I'm thinking about is when Civil War comes to an end, when we're finished with the Civil War video, I'm thinking about doing maybe some kind of like roundtable discussion, and it won't include Benny, it won't include Dave or anything like that. It'll just be you guys and me. So if any of you guys have a Skype account, if any of you guys want to chat with me on Skype, then send me a message, and I'll go through and I'll pick a few people, and I'll pick maybe about 3 of you guys, and so the 4 of us will sit down, and we'll basically kind of have this roundtable Skype chat where we'll talk about Civil War. Make sure you guys have a webcam, make sure you have a decent quality microphone, a Blue Snowball or better. I'd really kind of hate to have you guys, you know, with a webcam that's really choppy and grainy, and a microphone where the audio is really difficult to understand. But yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in that kind of thing. You know, I really like the idea of us really kind of sitting down and talking about Civil War. We can talk about what we thought the best parts of Civil War were. We can talk about the things we didn't like that much. We can kind of debate the morality of Civil War. You know, what is right and what is wrong? Is the stance that Tony Stark took, was it right? Was it wrong? We can really kind of go from there, and I think we can have a really cool discussion. But of course, that'll be after the Civil War event is over. But yeah, aside from that, there really isn't too much. So the next video will be up on Thursday. Civil War issue number 5 will be up the following Monday, and then we'll continue the trend of uploading videos between for the tie-ins between Civil War issue number 5 and 6, and then we'll be done. So I'd say probably within the next 3 weeks we'll be finished with the Civil War event. So yeah, might even be 2 weeks. Not 100% sure yet, but in any event, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring this video to an end. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Peace.